Tomb. Yeah, playing Balatro. Hi. What? Why? Horrendous Discord message. I'm sorry. I don't. What's wrong? Hi, Raul. Hi, you boy. Hi, the Jen. Wait a minute. I forgot to turn the thingy on. Ah! Wait. I got it. There's no hello. I know. I'm sorry. Just wait. Okay. You might need to refresh.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello, Tijan. Hello, Tomb. Hello, Panda.
Hello.
Hey. Yeah, I haven't played this before. So, we'll see how this goes. I haven't. No, I have not. Yeah, no, I have not. I'm just liking the intro. 大丈夫? Does anyone have like a voice that they put on when they speak another language? Because if I read just one word, then it's just my voice. But like if I try and say like a whole sentence in Japanese, I end up with like a... You do? Okay, it's not just... Okay. Yeah, I have a you know how people have customer service voice? Yeah. Hoka, but you inhaled LSD and bananas are apparently good? What? Apparently it is Balatro and not Balatro. Balatro. Yeah? If I remember right. What was I doing? This. Boom. Hey. People have slight personality adjustments based on the language they use. I mean, I guess. Huh. Being old and wise or stereotypical accent. I mean, like with a lot of languages, you've kind of got to put on the language, the accent of the language to be understood. What's this? I get something if I click it enough. Let me where's Steam achievements? Is there like click the card on the home screen like 50 times? Some bollocks like that. What the fuck is a planet card? What the heck? Spoilers, but also I've no... What the heck? There's a Balatro... Balatro... Hi, Nugget! Drag it? Oh! Why?
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did.
Why? Why do I need to do that? What does that do? What does this do? Ooh. It's like that ghost in SpongeBob, where he's like, "Oh my god, a haunting shopping list!" You may or may not have clinically died for 6 seconds. How do you know? Who told you it was only 6? It's supposed to burn up. Maybe because I haven't played yet. Maybe? Maybe because I literally haven't even pressed... I've launched the game and that's it. 2! Oh. Do I not get that too? Joker! Hello there, my name is Jimbo. Jimbo Wimbo. Jumpy Wompy. It's the intro animation. It burning up. Maybe. I'm here to help you learn how to play. Cool. Your goal is to earn chips to defeat the enemy blind. What? Alright. This here is a small blind. You only need to score 30 chips to beat it. Alright. Select the small blind to start the round. Okay. Blind. Jimbo, you've taken so many hours of my life. Oh no. When you launch the game after doing the first run, it burns the card. Dragging it back and forth at high velocity? Well, I will try that next time, I guess. You earn chips by playing poker hands. I don't know how to play poker. Is that important for this game? Oh no. Each poker hand earns a base amount of chips multiplied by some mult. Alright. I'm guessing that's multiplier. There's a poker help section. Okay. See your poker hands in the run info area along with other info about your current run. Cool. Ah, hey! Okay. 4 of a kind, free house, full house. Cards are shared, so they don't even need to be in order for a flush. Okay. 5 in a row, but any suit. Okay, so I kind of know how to play poker then, because I played it on a Mario game on the DS. I think. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Cards also earn you some chips. Hover over to see. 10, 10, 10, 9. Okay. Okay. Select up to 5 cards to play and press play hand. Up to 5. I'm gonna play those, I guess. I got a little pet. Yeah. You can also discard up to 5 selected cards. Try make your hands even stronger. Try it. Okay, well, I'm gonna get rid of those. Yeah. Careful, you only have a limited number of hands and discards per round. Okay.
Hello.
Hello! Hello, Brutus! Mario Poker. I played it, it's like a mini game. Picture Poker. Go away, cookies. I don't care. The new Super Mario Bros. On the DS. That's what I played it on. No, not the 3DS. The OG, like, snap fold in half, barely holds itself together DS. Yeah, Luigi had his little tuxedo on. So smart and snazzy. Earn 300 chips before you run out of hands. Okay. I have 2. I have 2 hands. My model doesn't have any. But okay. Bing bom boom bum. Bada. Yeah? No? Am I stupid?
Road work ahead.
Yeah, I
sure
sure hope it does. Oh yeah, I got some stuff as well. 69. What? Ah, yeah. I want the music to shush for a sec. Hang on. Wait, let me. There we go. No. Wait. Nah, whatever. What was he saying? Yeah. So I got some stuff. Oh. Oh, Brutus. Automod held a message for reason misogyny. Yeah, I got four. I'm getting very distracted today. What the heck? Misogyny. No. Anyway, at 300, so we're like 19 away. At 300 followers, I got some surprises. I don't know how to give hints for like what those are. Well, hopefully it should be a fun stream when I hit 300. So, yeah. Yeah, surprises. Got some stuff. A live 2D. Who do you think I am? Miss Moneybags? I ain't got no money bags. I wish I had money bags. Wait. Can I manage goals? Can I change the bits? Goal. End goal. Go away. Set new goal. How much money Twitch streamers make per bit? Per bits. I don't fucking know. I see. I don't know. But let's just do, so I think it's like 1 pence per bit. It's like 100 bits would be £1, I think. So what calculator brain, how do I not know what this would be? Okay, so this and then this. Can I do can I give it a name? Can I not give this a name? Name the... How do I give it a name? Instead of just bits goal. Can I not? Damn. Well, there you go. I started a new goal. No? Where? It lets me on the sub one. Wait. Yeah, let me on the sub one. Unless I'm blind. Am I blind? End goal. New goal. Can I... No. Well. Baba Booey. There you go. When I get those, I can afford a live 2D. Have you seen my sub goal one, by the way? Baba boy. That reminds me. Shit, I forgot to do the thing. I know there was something I wanted to do the other day. Ah! Damn it. Wait. Do I need this open for it to do shit? I think I do. Ah! Ah! On mobile, can't see nothing. Nobody tells me nothing. So my my sub goal is, where is it? So it is 500 subs, and then I can stream full time and quit my job. I like Bill Bailey. Bill Bailey's funny. I do this. Let's do that. I guess. Like a lot of the Hot Buzz and Shaun of the Dead quotes, I can just quote from that a lot, and it's not probably good. Ah, I got a thing! No, I don't. There's a number missing here. I need a 9. Shit! Alright, can I just do... I'll get rid of the 3. Just kind of push... Oh, wait, no, just... Wait, what? Ah, I'm dumb! I'm dumb. Shush. Shush. Nothing happened. I'm just dumb. I forgot I only had so many hands. I forgot about this. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna boop 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 go away. Okay, and if I do this 2 pair and go boom, I'll get there. Shush. I died on the tutorial. Exactly. This is, you guys overestimate me all the time. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of the 3. Ooh! I got another 2 pair. Bum 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 bum. I got more cards. Okay. Oh! Bum 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 bum. If I put anything else in, will it? No. Play. Bum 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 bum. Nice. I got a 300. Repo tonight? Thanks, Tube. When? What time? Cause you're on British time. Yes, Brutus? Yes? Cause it will depend what time, cause in half an hour. What the what? So at like 9:30? Beat the brain cell back. I got the deep fryer one for that. Thereabouts. Okay. I was gonna say I didn't really have a plan for tonight's stream, so yeah, I'm down for repo. I just played this because I didn't know what else to play. Anyway, I got $4. Nicely done. Now that you're flush with cash, you can buy some new cards. Cool. Try buying this handsome devil. Alright. It's $2. This is one of the 150 jokers you can add to your run. Every joker does something different. Ooh. This one adds +4 multiplier to every hand you play. Cool. Be picky. You can only carry 5 Joker cards at a time. Okay. Now buy the other card. Enhances 2 selected cards to mult cards. Sure. I guess. This tarot card is a consumable. This one will enhance your playing cards. Hold on to it. You can carry up to 2 consumable cards with you at a time. Save up enough, you can buy a voucher. Vouchers passively upgrade your run. Cool. Listen, Raul. Listen. Okay. Listen. I have in my about section the games I've played and the games I want to play. Metal Gear is on that list, okay? It's a little panel that says Kirk's Games. If you click it, it'll take you to a Word doc PDF thing. I'm getting professional here. I'm doing it. But Metal Gear is on that list. It's not a list of games in order I want to play them. It's just a list of games I want to play. So it's some of them I own, some of them I don't. And where it says like, so it'll just say Metal Gear Solid. That's the whole series. So I've got like Resident Evil on there, Silent Hill, Amnesia. But I just mean the whole series of them. Yeah, I'm trying to be professionalism. It's difficult. Check out both of the booster packs in every shop. They're full of goodies. I can't afford those. I only have $3. Let's move on to the next round. Cool. Selecting the big blind will earn some cash. Or choose to skip it to get a tag. Each tag has a unique effect. But keep an eye on the boss blind. It has an ability you'll need to plan around. If you beat it, then the ante goes up and all blinds become harder. And yes, Buddhist, okay. Let me get this up so that I don't miss the message. Do I have you on Discord? I don't think I do. Where Brutus? Brutus. You're in a server somewhere. I don't know where. Try. Oh.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey. Hi, Dragon! We are for the moment. Where? Brutus. Brutus. Add friend. Done. A. Okay, I need to go through and do the rest of the Baba Booies. What am I doing? How's it going, Dragon? Beat Ante 8 to win. Now choose your path. Garbage. Whatever. When you get more cards, remember you can rearrange them. Jokers trigger in order from left to right. Make sure that you use your consumables. Select up to 2 cards in your hand and press use on the tarot card to enhance them. Ah! Well, I'm gonna do the most expensive ones then, right? Those. Duh. Bink bonk. Bonk bonk. Yes? Yes. Play. Boom. Give me monies. Yes, this is my first time playing Balatro. I forget which one it's supposed to be. Balatro. Balalows. Lalums. Wait, did I do it in one go? I was too busy looking over at chat. What the heck? Nice! I've done it! I win! What is this? Jumbo. Tarot cards. I want the... Is this a tarot card? I want the jokers. Okay. Grab or redeem. How go? As a planet. I don't know what that means! He hasn't told me what that means yet! I'm doing okay, Shepherd. Oh. Discards 2 random cards per hand played. Oh, shit. Oh, shit! Here we go again. Oh, wait, it does that for my deck? Nice. Can I go boom, boom, boom? No. Boom, boom. Go! I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Try my best. Panic card upgrades a hand. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. Boom. What? Oh. The only thing I know this from is playing Vampire Survivors. They have the Balatro DLC. This guy's a piece of shit. He takes all my fucking coins. He shoots them at people. Trash. When a Joker. Each card sold. Is that... What? Each card sold. Is that this card? Or is that... What? What is that? You got work? Bye, Raul! Have a good work. We got an ad break coming up. I'm gonna snooze it. I'm snooze. 5 minutes? There. Sold as in selling it. Yeah, but like, is that not what discarding is? I'm not very smart. What is this? Hello, Shepherd. Did I not already say hello? Oh no. Or is that a bye-bye? Oh no. A face card? Can I look at what that means? Tell me. Without a scoring face card. Hi, Asta! Ah, selling is giving card for monies. Ah, I'm gonna do... I can't do this one. It's a 9, not a 6. Choose up to... Oh. Sure. Cards. Gold! What? Plus 11 chips, plus 30 extra chips? What? Huh? Is that 11 because it's an ace? $3 if this card is held in hand at the end of a round. Ah. Chips! No more chips or more monies? You stand by. You take another hello. Oh. I want more chips or more monies? One more monies, right? Or do I? What do you feel like I'm lacking? Knowledge of how this game works, because I've been playing it for like 10 minutes. Monies. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I press skip. I don't get my money back. Oop. So how do I, what the heck? Got a penny on it. How do I buy it then? Oh. Alright. Ignore me. What is happening? Why is it shiny? I want that one. Alright. Go. Go. 800? Jeez. Boom. Go. It's nice. It is nice. It's nice and shiny. Boom. Give me monies. No, give me chips. Chips. Potato chips. Boom. Boom. I've done it. Okay. Let me... What is this? No, that's... Yeah. What? Monies. Joker. Bean. I don't have enough. Bean. I guess this one. Crazy. Hey. I gamba. Don't let me gamble with real monies. Can I... Discord. Bing, 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 bing. It doesn't wrap around? That's rude. Ugh. Jack, Queen, King, Ace, 2. Doesn't wrap around. What the what? I'm okay right now. I will speed it up next time I'll play. Maybe. If I remember. No real money gamba unless it's pretty anime waifus and husbandos. Trying to think if I've spent money on... Hello, Sly! I have spent money on husbandos. Oh no. Ah, shit! Wait, what counts as a husbando? What counts? Is it just any, like, husbando meaning? Fictional characters you are romantically attracted to. Ah. Icky anime man? Yes. Wait. I guess one of them's a waifu then. I have a waifu! Yay! She! My god! She counts too. Good. What the? Red. This Joker. Oh, it does say Joker down there. Huh. Gains +3 multiplier when any booster pack is skipped. Whoa.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
Water or monster, I have both on my desk. You get to pick. +2 chips for each remaining card in the deck. Yes. Whoa! Didn't see that one. 2! Bitch. It doesn't matter which order these are in right now, I don't think. The window.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
Water? Wait, no, Tomb gets to pick. Not you, Sly. Water. And Monter. I'll take a sip of water first. It's in a fancy glass bottle that I may or not have rescued
Drink
from
water,
a
you
restaurant.
dehydrated bitch. Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
Wait,
Drink water, you dehydrated
are these all
bitch.
water, Sly?
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch. Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
Yes, okay. How many is that?
Drink
5?
water, you dehydrated bitch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And thank you for the head pads. Thank you, Zero. If the bottle runs out, I gotta go downstairs and refill it. So, spoopy. Old diamond cards are debuff. I don't think they had any buffs anyway. No! Rude. My posture has been bad the past couple days, so fair enough. Where'd the lid go? There it is.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
No, please. I'm gonna drown. Sly streaking! Thank you for the 5 stream streak. Your goal is to finish the water bottle? Well, okay. When I do a sip,
Drink
I
water,
do a
you
mouthful, not
dehydrated
like a pansy little sip. So, we're about 2/5 of the way down. God damn it! You just did another one. Fuck.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
Mm-mm.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch. Drink water, you dehydrated bitch. Drink water, you dehydrated bitch. Drink water, you dehydrated.
Would you like me to
bitch.
just down the bottle? Because I think that'll do
Drink
it.
water,
You can
dehydrated
stop!
bitch.
I will drink the
Drink
bottle.
water, you dehydrated bitch. Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
Don't make me laugh. The water will go everywhere. Thank you, Sly. It's finally cooled down enough now, so my mini eggs are solid again. Okay.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch. Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
Stop it! How are you doing them so fast? I don't get how some people can do them like really, really fast, one after another. I don't get it. If first hand of round is a single 6. What? You can start with 1 card? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. If first hand of round has only 1 card. Tarot cards appear 2 times more frequently in the shop. I take this one, I guess? Level up 4 of a kind. Straight flush. For a full house. What's a straight flush? Right. Aha! All sharing the same suit. Aha! I'm trying to play a game and drink the water slide! Stop!
Dehydrated bitch.
I still have
Drink
it
water,
here!
dehydrated bitch.
Welcome back, Shepherd. Sly has tried to drown me. Hi, Captain! My fancy glass bottle looks very sad now. Hey, look! It's a thing. The thing that I can do now that I leveled it up. Boom.
Why were you dehydrated? Why are you dehydrated? Why are you dehydrated?
Cause I drink a lot of Monster. And not enough water. Hey, we're on our way to the 2D Live model. Thank you, Captain. No, I don't drink enough water. Wait,
Drink
Sly,
water, you
no, I don't have any water left. It's empty. It's
Drink water,
empty.
you dehydrated bitch.
I will go get some more.
Drink water, you dehydrated
What?
bitch.
What's 300 bits? What's 300 bits? What happened? Oh, thank you, Captain. Wait, what? Surprise, please. Oh wait, the surprise at 300? No, that's not for bits, that's for followers. I don't have anything. I can send you something. Wait, you don't have any of those? Or wait, I can send you where is it? Where is it? I can send you a thing that I've commissioned as like a sneak peek. A little sneak peek. Will it do it? Will it? No? Yeah. There we go. There we go. I sent you a thing. Do I have the link for it as well? I do. Hey. There you go. All right. Let's finish this. What am I doing? This. Boom. Alright. Settings. Hey. What about the water? I will. Just give me a minute. Oh my god. Let me do this. I will go get water and then restart for repo with Brutus and Pat and a couple others. I think there's like a whole team by the look of it. Multiplier for hand contains a pair. Ooh. Negative +1. What? What does that mean? +1 Joker slot? Sure. All the Jokers. You're waiting? Okay. Wait. Thank you for the bit, Sly. It won't be long. Why am I always starting with the kings? I'm not complaining. I'm just like, who's shuffling this deck? Whoa. Pretty. Boom. Or I guess who's not shuffling the deck? Give me a 4! I want a 4! What? Oh, that was fast. I done it! What the heck? 1 in 2 chance to create a tarot card when any booster pack is opened. Alright. I'm just gonna go next round. I don't want any of those. I'm gonna do this one and then pause. Remove these. Wait, I have 6. Damn it! I had space. What the heck? Bing, 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 bing. Boom. I did it! I done it. I unlocked Joker. I did it! I unlocked Joker. Okay. Boom! Nice. Boom! Paintbrush. Boom. Boom. Okay. Can I just, how do I... Main menu. Hey! Joker unlocked! Uh-huh. Anti-level 4. Discover at least 20 items. Okay. What is? What's happening? Am I not going fast enough? Rude. Anywho, quit. Okay. I'm gonna put it on. I am going to burb. I'm gonna burb. I'm gonna brain work. I'm gonna burb. I'm gonna go get water. And then I'm gonna Go play repo. Brutus, are you here? Brutus. Brutus. Are we doing in-game voice chat? Or are we doing, what are we doing? Because I do like a good in-game voice chat. You assumed so. Okay, good. There you are. Add friend. Boom. Right. I will, where is it? Repo. Okay. Okay. I will BRB, and then I will change it over to repo, and we can play some repo. Yeah. Go get a drink and snack and whatever. Ah! I forgot I wanted to put on music for you guys so you don't just sit in silence. Uh. Wait, where is it? Shit. There it is. There we go. Okay, we're back.
Oh, poop.